Right, hello everybody, and welcome to the
Welsh Chess
Chat.
Chat.
I'm
I'm
hoping that this is working today because this is the first official stream where I'm using some new software. Because basically beforehand I had to pay, and therefore I don't want to pay, even if it's only a few dollars a month to get it to be working. It'd be really handy if I could see where the chat is, and somebody could maybe tell us that actually this is working fine. I can see. Oh, where's the chat? Yes, we can see some people in the chat. There's an echo. That's a really good point because I've not got my headphones on.
Oh, I see.
Because we hate echoes, don't we? So has that sorted out the echo, guys? Help us out. And thank you very much for joining the relaunch. Well done to Altold for getting the first message in. Still an echo, not sorted. What to do?
That's probably my side, I'd say.
Or is it going through to your end somehow?
Maybe now?
Gary can't hear anything. Alex is probably the problem. Do you know what? I like that kind of statement, actually. If Alex is the problem. Okay, Gary can hear us.
Oh, you can hear now Alex is the problem. Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody can hear that. You had us on mute. How dare you have us on mute? Okay, let's have a little play around with some things because we want it to be good. We've got so much to talk about, but it is new software at the moment and trying it out. And I guess it would, if we get it right, then it would be really good. But it's obviously not ideal. So first of all, I tell you what, let's do a little bit of experiment. There's a bit of an echo. Is it when I talk? Or is it when Alex talks? So Alex, just say something for a bit.
Hello, are we echoing now?
So it's me. Right, okay, I'm the problem.
Oh wait, if it's when you talk, it means I'm the problem, right?
Yeah,
because it's echoing out of my laptop.
Yeah. If it's when I do it, it's you're the problem. So I'm guessing, could you put some headphones in?
Yeah, you might have to just entertain them because they're quite tangled.
Or entertain them for like 5 minutes while you untangle your headphones.
Yeah, you can do a proper introduction for any new fun viewers we have.
No, Johan's not going to be joining us tonight, I'm afraid. I'm sorry to disappoint the crowd, and I expect our viewer count to just drop off a cliff now. Unfortunately, Johan is babysitting tonight. He might appear next week, but he does have a very busy family life. Having children, I guess, does that to you. And he's got a new job starting soon, so I don't know how much we're going to see of Johan actually, Alex. So actually, I think that one of the things would be good. Actually, one thing that I guess if you're watching this for the first time, I do really want to open it up to get as many people to appear on the Welsh Chess Chat as possible. Obviously, I did do an interview last time out, and we had a few people come on here and there. But I think that it would be good to have a few more Welsh faces come on, talk about their clubs, what they do in chess, and just get to know a few different people again. Right, so Alex has found where his headphones are. Can you hear us, Alex?
If there's an echo, I can. If there's an echo still, then that's a big waste of time. Which should be good, right?
Has the echo gone, people? Echo is very bad now.
Nah, that's a lie. Surely there's not so much worse. What the hell? How?
I don't know. Just take them off for now, and then we'll deal with the mini echo.
Okay.
Have you disconnected them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right. Okay. Well, unfortunately for tonight, we're going to have to deal with it. I can't hear any problems, but I mean, I guess that's.
Me neither. If we're fine, John,
If we're fine to talk, then they'll manage. Apologies all. I mean, obviously, hopefully, we'll get these things sorted in due course. We've got so much to talk about though tonight. Massive welcome back to everybody. Okay, well, I've got headphones on. So I'm already done. But I haven't got a speaker thing, so it's because I speak into my mic here. So I'm guessing when Alex is, maybe I should buy some. But I can't get the headphones to work because with the speaker, the little headset, because it's when it connects to the audio, it's either a speaker or a microphone. It's not both, which is really annoying. But anyway, let's talk about chess. How is your chess going, Alex? How are you?
I'm all right. It's good to be back, isn't it?
It is good to be back.
A few months away.
Yeah, it was a few months away. I think we needed a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would be nice to have a break and to have played a lot of chess in that time, which obviously didn't really happen. But yeah. Which I guess why we took a break. Right.
Yeah, actually, somebody just mentioned something in chat which is really quite good. I'm probably connected to two mics, and I think I agree. Hang on, let me just click a button. Just clicked a button. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, faintly. Okay, so hang on a minute. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to
really... Oh, am I supposed to be talking?
No, I muted something, right? I muted something, but I think I know what's going on. I've got two microphones coming through. So I need to turn off my mic.
Oh, they're saying it's better. Everybody says leave it like that.
All good now? Are we good?
Boom. Right. Don't touch any settings for the rest of this.
Just don't touch any buttons at all, right? I mean, also, I clicked mute on something and then I clicked unmute on it. So I don't know what's happened now. Maybe it's just overridden it or something. Okay, right. Well, what have we got? God, after all of that, it is good to be back. Great to be talking about Welsh chess again. And there has been some developments in Welsh chess, hasn't there, Alex? Quite a few things going on. What's probably been the most notable thing?
The most what, sorry?
The most notable thing that's happened in Welsh chess.
This is where I should definitely say there's been too many to choose from, right? I mean, I guess the glory probably was standout, right? Not all the results, but I think seeing Wales being competitive with all the other countries is kind of good. And of course, as everyone's saying in chat, Gary Slegg drawing with Tim Kays is probably the other big achievement in Welsh chess at the moment.
Do you know what? I think Gary Slegg's draw with Tim Kays actually is probably the highlight of the past few months, because do you know why? When you replay that game through on the live broadcast, for some reason it has a rook moving to take a queen and stopping on a square beforehand. So I thought that some weird blunder had happened when I looked at that game online. And then I only learned later on, like days later, that he'd actually drawn. I was like, yeah, go on, Gary, go on. So I thought that was great. Okay, well, let's have a look at some of the things that we've got to cover today and load it up. So here we have obviously the Welsh Chess Union calendar and ratings. We're not going to diverge from that. We need to have a look at who's at the top, what's going on in Welsh chess. British and the Glorny. Let's have a look at some. You can see on the left-hand side, I've actually got some photos loaded up from the British, so for people to look at. We've just had the Newport Congress with the under-18 championships and the seniors championships in two different sections. This correspondence not championships, but kind of like an event in Llandudno. Have you heard much about it, Alex?
I saw some photos somewhere. I don't know whether it was on, because I remember the ICCF Facebook group, so it might have been there. I can't remember where, but I know it existed and I know it was happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one photo from it, but obviously don't know much else about it. We've got some players traveling abroad, playing chess in some strange and weird countries. I know that Alex has been traveling through countries to play. And then we've got the big one. This is what hopefully all of you are watching for as well in the future. We've got the Olympiad coming up in September. So me and Alex are playing. And so we'll tell you all about our preparation for that and what we're expecting to do. Johan is not with us tonight, but he has, Alex, sent an amazing puzzle this morning, hasn't he?
He has one which we couldn't solve. I think we should mention off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I did look at it like 6:30 this morning, and after a few minutes, sent an answer, and which ended to be wrong. That's my excuse that like I don't play my best chess at 6:30 in the morning. But okay, maybe we should even start with the Welsh Chess Chat article, which I've been doing for the past couple of months. Have we enjoyed that? Have people been reading it? Do people like that?
Do people know it exists?
People know it exists, yeah. I mean, I guess I'll ask you, Alex, obviously, because you're here, and obviously, hopefully, some people in the chat will tell us whether they've seen the article or not.
We've had one like and one didn't know. So
No, somebody didn't know about it. Yeah. Well, it's been on the Welsh Chess Union website, and it's also been on the Facebook group. So, and I've emailed it out to a few people. So hopefully you can read it. So here on the Welsh Chess Union website, if you scroll down, they've got some things here. We've got Welsh Chess Chat Article 2, so you can click on that and find out what's going on. And Article 1 is like there's Article 1. That was a much shorter thing. There's actually some tactics in there. Hopefully it just gives you some different news. And again, kind of like the same reason why we're doing this stream, just trying to spread the news of Welsh chess, get people to be involved. If people are wanting to write articles or like little parts to it, then by all means, please do. It will help me out massively. Please send them into the Welsh Chess Chat at gmail.com article. And then as long as it's obviously to do with chess, then or Welsh chess, it'll probably get in as soon as possible. But okay,
on that, I'll add to it that we need people to be making contributions so that Jonathan doesn't say, Alex, can you write another article for episode 3 of the Welsh Chess Chat? So maybe we'll analyse Sleg Ket.
Sleg Ket. Sleg Ket, I do like that. We need the full game because I'm pretty sure on the broadcast it doesn't show it, right?
Well, I know just the man who's got the full game, funnily enough.
Have we got somebody that has... So,
is it on there? Yeah, Gary said you can send it in. Of course he can.
Well, why hasn't he sent it in already? I mean, here it says 0-1, you see, because here it only goes to this point.
Oh, it says 0-1?
Yeah, but there's a mistake here, because queen takes queen, and it's got rook c1, and I'm pretty sure that Gary's going to take the queen. So that's just a board error, isn't it? So I don't really know what happened here. It's available on chess results. Is it? Okay, right. Okay, well, send it in anyway. If you could send it in with some annotations, then that would be really good. Okay, send it with some annotations. That would be the best way to do it. Okay, well, let's get started on what we're going to look at. Let's have a look at some of the ratings. Just to double check where we're all at. Because some of us played a little bit over the summer, some of us did not. And here we have who's at the, click new to see who's at the top of the ratings. And of course, not really much change in position, Alex, but any interesting points there? I think there's probably one interesting point that I can see.
One interesting point. We're talking about this English chap who's appeared on our Welsh rating list.
Yeah.
Callum Salmons.
Yeah, so Callum Salmons is now appeared with an increase of 58 to 22.18. So tell me a bit about this. This isn't just exclusively for Welsh players, then, is it, Alex?
It's not, but I'm pretty sure they either should be Welsh or living in Wales, right? I guess he must live in Wales.
But what stops him from being a member of the Welsh Chess Union if he plays in Wales? Suppose he lives in Bristol, for example, and travels over.
Oh, do you just maybe you just have to be a member? I don't know. Have I lost your video?
Have I lost your video?
Oh, it says 0-1.
0-1, you see, because I'm pretty sure that Gary's going to get this to take the queen.
0-1. Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it on Twitch, but
I know how to fix this.
I'm still here.
He's here. He's back.
Oh, there I am. Yeah, apparently he goes to Aberystwyth Uni.
Oh, okay. There you go then. So right, there you go then. So appeared on the rating list, and he's not breathing down your neck just yet, Alex, is he?
No, I think
No.
not scared.
So number of games played. So the top three, Jose, Daniel, and Greg, they all played in the South Wales International, as did you, Alex, to get their 9 games in. Jose lost some points. Daniel and Greg gained a few. I've played 10 games. I played in crew at the weekend congress, and also an all play all that I put on, which you also played in, Alex, didn't you?
I did. That was cute, wasn't it?
And just as proof, here he is.
And this is the Newcastle Underline 6-player all play all. Players are taking their seats for the final round. Lots of chess happening in Staffordshire. Come and get involved.
So okay, bit of a plug for Staffordshire there. But I did put on my own tournament in Newcastle Underline. That's not Newcastle upon Tyne, which is miles away. Newcastle Underline, which is where I live, and just trying to get some more games in for Olympiad prep. But after all that, after those 10 games, I've gained and lost 0. I think that's actually a success, isn't it?
It means you're not getting any worse with old age.
Yeah, well, I was actually -1 after crew.
So you actually gained.
Gained 1 point. I gained the crew V-Day rating, but then lost 1 point in the Welsh rating. Let's have a look who's played the most games. And unsurprisingly, it is the junior that went to the British Championships. So he played in the Glorny in one of the younger age categories. Adam Sawar did, and then he also stayed on to play in the British Championships against all of the strong English kids, which is probably why his rating's -130, which I think is a bit harsh, to be honest, because I think he's done really, really well there to play in all those tournaments.
He must have played a load of other stuff, right, to get to 28 games.
Well, let's have a look, because you could play so many tournaments at the British. So he's North Cardiff Junior, North Cardiff Club Championships, EJCOA National Youth Finals, Sussex Junior Chess 1 and 2, Glorny, Stokes section he was in. And then he played in the British. He played in the under 12, the under 1750, and the weekend tournament as well.
Wow. Okay. That's a solid effort.
Bit of an effort there, and we'll come on to these next two. Definitely played in the British Championships. Ethan Rathbone-Jones and Josh McKenna. They had a great time there. Ethan played in the top section, which was really good to see. At least we had one Welsh entrant into that, and then followed by Tom Brown, John Williams, Michael Pinks, Emma Cons, Ben, who also played in the British, by the way, and then yourself down here, Alex.
Not bad.
Not bad. We'll see how that develops as the months go on. Obviously, we're only a couple of months into the season here. Currently, we've got some juniors that are gaining the most rating at the moment. Bismuth and David. David had a very good Glorny, actually. He was on 4 out of 5 going into the last round. And Ethan keeping it up there for us adults, gaining 79 points. So he had a good British, didn't he, I think?
He did, yeah. Yeah, because what I think was more impressive is British results alone were pretty good. But he was also playing morning events. Pretty crazy, but it kind of worked out well for him, actually.
Well, actually, I'll go back to my presentation slide, because here's a photo of him playing in that morning event. This is the Friday morning of the week, so they might be a little bit rough. They weren't expecting these photos. I'll just move it over slightly so you can see Dukesy a bit better. There you go. So that was the photo of him playing. He played in the morning, and then he went and played the long game in the afternoon, which I think is just absolutely crazy. Because how are you doing the preparation for it? But then again, if you look at some of his openings, though, I think he's improved, though.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see, because he's playing in Northumbria like this weekend. So I think it'll be interesting to see if he can push on from the British, right?
Yes.
I mean, I think he's previously had quite a few good tournaments. It's just whether he can back it up now, because he must be close to 2100.
Yeah, I mean, we had a load of those players, didn't we, that were around just short of 2000s B-Day rating for quite a while. And Ethan's just recently made a bit of a jump. He gained 48.6 rating at the British, performance of over 2200. The winning round one against Johnny Payne was a bit fortunate. He was losing and Johnny Payne ran out of time. But to be fair to him, since then, okay, I know he lost the next game, but actually played some really good chess. The win against Kobe was really nice. And obviously got some really good results here and there. Okay, and he still lost a few games, lost to Bob Harner, then beating Kenneth Hobson in the last round, who's 22-66. It's no mean feat. So I think overall it's just a really good performance. What are they? I'm just wondering, Welsh Chess FIDE ratings. Will that bring us up? Here we are. So will they have gone in by now, the British?
No, because they only finished in August, right? So they'll have to wait to the start of September.
So where will that put Ethan then? He want to be 2070 something?
Well, because he's 2026 after the international, and then he'll gain those 40 something plus what he gained in the morning event. So probably not 2100, but he can't be far off.
Oh, thank you very much to the chat. Somebody has put his live ratings 2103 right now, which would put him about 12th on the list. But it's not too far away, is it? It's 50 points here, 50 points there, and all of a sudden you're in the mix. And because I guess the point of for Ethan and players like Owen Cave, anybody else down here as well, really, is that they're trying to get into the Olympiad team in the future and take our spots, Alex.
Well, your spots. I mean,
my spot.
Distance by then.
Yeah, I'll be the one dragging us down, won't I? By that point, yeah, most likely. So yeah, but I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think this is a real positive thing, and it's good that I think it's really good. He has to work hard for it. That he's not going to get just gifted the spot, because once you've worked for it, it really makes going so much better. Okay, so apparently Owen Cave's had some good games in the Northumbria Masters, which maybe we'll have a look at next week. But he's also going to be a good player as well. Transferred over from England last year, was it, or this year?
Yeah, last year, because the WC got in trouble, didn't they? They had to pay a fine because he.
Did they?
Because he played the Glorny, but he didn't wait after they transferred him across, and he just played the Glorny, and they had to pay a fine.
Oh, because you got to wait. Have you got to wait like 2 years or something when you transfer over?
Oh, I'm not sure the exact rules, but there's some period. I think it's less for juniors, but there's still some time.
Oh, that's a shame. So they basically had to pay a fine for money that we don't have. Okay, right. Well, let's just have a quick look at the calendar, what's coming up in Welsh Chess at the moment, and see kind of what everybody's getting excited about. Obviously, we've got the Olympiad in September. We've just had the Newport Congress that's here, but there's an autumn Congress coming up from the 14th to the 15th.
September, is it?
Yeah, so Mercure Cardiff North Hotel. This is happening. £30 if you enter now before September, so you've not actually got that long. First prize is £200 in the Open, and £200 in the Major as well. And the Major is a rating of 1600 and below, and it looks like it's FIDE rated in both sections, which is
that's good.
Really good. All moves in 60 minutes plus 30-second increment. So it's pretty quick, 60 plus 30. But let's have a look who's entered in. And not many entrants in at the moment for something that's happening in a few weeks' time.
To be honest, this is the first I had heard about it, so probably a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, people are waking up out of their summer slumber, aren't they, and realising that chess is still happening, getting back into league chess.
And I mean, you should probably say there's a good chance for someone to maybe win a tournament that hasn't won one before as well in this, because if it clashes with the Olympiad, that's already
Yeah,
like Jose usually turns up to these. He's not going to turn
yeah.
up.
So you won't have no Jose. Dan doesn't normally turn up, but he's there anyway. But no Greg as well. Greg might have played in this.
Yeah, he sometimes does.
But I think really the biggest one is no Bullen, right?
Well, quite.
No Bullen. Okay, well that's that. Enter that. Make sure you get into it. And then in October we've got some Bridge End tournaments. We've got the Blitz right before a WCPL under 1850 league. What do we think about this?
I feel like it's just they have to, right? I assume they have to take it for a whole weekend. The venue. This is why they're doing it.
Yeah. So for those in the chat that don't know much about it, the WCPL is a one game on a Sunday usually, and that's it. But it seems like that they have to hire out the venue for the whole weekend. And therefore they use the venue on the Saturday to run a Blitz tournament. Or has it always been a Blitz tournament, or has it been something?
Yeah, I think it's always Blitz.
Always Blitz, is it? Okay.
Which I don't mind the idea, but I think in general they're not brilliantly supported.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why you need to hire out a hotel to run the WCPL when just a very simple community centre probably cost you 50 quid to actually do, and that's actually sorted. So I don't actually know how much they're actually paying for this venue. But it's if you don't have to run a Blitz, and you shouldn't be making a loss on it anyway, or being forced to have it for the whole weekend when you don't really want it for that long.
I mean, I guess we might just be somewhat speculating because I can see there November 24th is a Premier League weekend. There's nothing scheduled, maybe yet, for the 23rd, but I guess that might go in at a later date. So
maybe. Obviously, November then we'll just say we've got a junior event in Oxford, but then you've got the West Wales Congress 15th to the 17th in Swansea, and then this is the second WCPL round 2 in Bridgend again, and that's on the 24th, and whether something goes in on the 23rd or not, we don't know. And maybe they do get a great deal on the hotel room, but I'd just like to ask that question and just know how much it actually costs to actually hire that venue out, and maybe make a suggestion, because I'm pretty sure you can find community halls that will charge you, like, if you want it for like I don't know, say 5 hours, would that be long enough?
probably not, no, because you have to set up as well, right?
Okay, 6-7 hours.
Yeah, say 7.
No, you should be able to get it. Okay, maybe 50 quid's too cheap. Let's say £100.
But they must know these options because they used to hold the Premier League in basically a community centre in Pencoed. So,
all right.
I guess they just fancy a nicer venue. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it works.
All right. Okay. Well, that's that. That's what's coming up. We'll get more information when we can and update you. And the other date that's missing on here is that September the 11th. Is that when round 1 is? Is when the Olympiad starts, and we'll be over in Budapest. And I'll be doing video recaps, hopefully every day. Obviously, touch wood that the Wi-Fi over there is good enough. But that is my intention to do so when we're over there. So make sure you give us a follow so you can see when I go live, and you can do that. Okay. So we've got the British and the Glorny, where we kind of discussed some of the British performances. Ethan seemed to gain a lot of points, and Adam was the junior playing in it, and we had a smattering of people playing elsewhere. The Glorny was really quite interesting. And I guess the best thing about the Glorny, Alex, was that the Glorny team actually nearly won it, right?
Yeah, they were certainly in the hunt, weren't they, until the final day. I thought you were going to say the best bit was when you were doing commentary, because I was watching it at some point.
When I was doing the commentary. Yeah, it's quite nice that I get asked to do that, to be honest. You can't have played that many tournaments, can you, Ewan? Let's try and load up. I haven't got enough for So this is the one that we got fined for then for having Ewan in this team, which is why we nearly got it. So if we look at the it's a ranking cross table, which is a shame here. Wales came third in the Glory, which is actually, if you said to me beforehand that Wales would come third, I'd bite your hand off. Ahead of England B, Ireland and Scotland. Scotland, who won it last year and then went and finished last this year. What do you make of that, Alex? What's your feelings on it? Do you know much about the junior chess scene? I don't know.
Not overly. I mean, I always just try and compare it to my day when I think Scott. The thing is, I think you'll probably find the same. Back in my day, the Glory was taken somewhat seriously by the other countries.
Yeah.
Like England would send a stacked team, not their best players, but a team that will walk through the competition. Like I used to play Brandon Clark, for example. And Scotland and Ireland would roll out 2200s on top boards as well. Every time, and now they don't. So I don't know what changed, like why they don't make the effort anymore.
It's a really actually interesting discussion. Sorry to get serious, chat, but the fact here is that you can see is that Scotland won it last year when they hosted it. So they were able to put out a really strong team. It was actually in Hull this year, which is okay, opposite side of the country for Wales. It's not super far south for Scotland, though, is it? It's not ridiculously south like London kind of area or on the south coast. So for Scotland not to be able to send their best team, and I think it's a combination that just people just don't want to pay for the accommodation anymore.
Well, it makes sense because I think when you go to these events, I don't know what the accommodation's like, but usually they hold them somewhere remote, and you're not like you don't have free reign where you want to stay. You end up staying in the playing venue or here, and it's if you're going with parents, you're probably talking over £100 a night, which in some cases is difficult to justify.
I mean, to be honest, the Scottish lads, I mean, if they're under 18, they're probably 16, 17, 18, let's say. I mean, when I was that age, I was going by myself.
Me too, but that also isn't really a thing I've noticed these days.
Yeah, they seem
like
to
you see that they all go with parents, and then probably it's not as fun. Therefore, they don't want to go the next year, right?
Yeah, which is weird. But I mean, we need to kind of. I mean, there might be more rules nowadays that we don't get to see, which is a shame. But it was a good team camaraderie event. But I just think though that what we're seeing here is just this kind of change, especially post pandemic, where chess online has become so popular. And people are maybe picking and choosing the events that they actually pay accommodation for, like we do as well for our adult events. And here the junior events, there's just so many of them that maybe they have to pick and choose what they actually put the effort into. And so it's a shame not to see these nations put their best teams forward for it. But credit to Wales, they could have easily drawn with the international team. The international team got a fluky swindle on a stalemate trap in one of the games that we were going to win, which meant that was the match against them was the international team beat Wales 3-2, would have been 2.5. And then Wales had to beat England A in the last round. Unfortunately, we got stuffed from 4.5 half. But had Wales won that match, Wales would have won the Glory, I think, for the first time. So it's a great point by Altold as well, because I just saw actually on the calendar too that in December, which is actually going to be a shame. I've only just seen that the date is actually the 30th of November to December the 1st. Now on December the 1st, I've actually already booked in because this date wasn't on. I've booked in the Staffordshire Junior Championships on the 1st of December. So I'm definitely not going to be there on the 1st for sure. Maybe I'll turn up on the 30th if I'm free, but I doubt it very much. That's another event that Scotland used to enter. They haven't been entering. They didn't enter last time. And I think they had some problems the time before that, or something happened, and so now it's really just England, regions, and Wales, and even getting people from Wales to travel up from South Wales up to Liverpool is not easy. And I think that's where the North Wales juniors can really get their Welsh caps in, because it's not as far for them.
Well, I mean, if Scotland aren't going to enter, do they not need to revise where it's held? I mean, it's in Liverpool to make it easy for Scotland, right? But if it's just Wales and England regions, we'll hold it in the Midlands.
Well, I think it's not a case of that, because I think Liverpool's not easy for Scotland. I don't think anywhere is easy for Scotland, is the point. And I think it's held in Liverpool because that's where Peter Purland's from, and he's got a link with a school there. And it's held. This tournament is run by EPSCA, which is the English Primary Schools Chess Association, and that's where he's based, and that's where he runs the tournaments out of. And Wales can enter the tournament if they want to or not. Obviously, it's an opportunity for the England regions to get a cap to represent England against Wales, and vice versa. And because it's the England regions, it's a bit more of a fair contest when they play. But I'm pretty sure that Scotland were not too happy with when they sent down a strong team of getting the quality of matches that they had. But you can't really say that when you go and finish bottom in the Glory. If you're wanting quality matches, well, there they were, and you didn't take them, which is a shame. We should go over the other.
I mean, that's the question: are they quality matches? Like, does Freddie Gordon want to turn up and play 1900s?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
So, and then they have a few others, I think, in the same boat. But I mean, that's not really Wales' problem, right? Wales just, I feel like, sent fairly like the best teams they could.
Well, look here. I mean, we've got players. Okay, they are 1900s, 2000s. Maxim Lanchkov, 2181. Ewan leading us for over 2000s. Jack Louis, nearly 2100. And then Ireland and Scotland, not far away, but just missing maybe a board one, just over 2000, just to help them. And of course, if everybody has to play down, then somebody with no rating on the bottom board is a surprise too. But I mean, we say this, right? And if we have a look at the Gilbert, the girls didn't do too badly. At least Wales got 3 girls at this time, which is, I think, the first positive thing. And they finished 4th, but they got finished ahead of Ireland in the international team, which is good, and did some good stuff. The other section now is the Robinson, the under 14, and we didn't finish last, which I guess is always the big thing, finishing ahead of Ireland, but couldn't really compete with the England teams.
They didn't get whitewashed though. They picked up points in every match. So
yeah, but this is the group that was really struggling. The under 12 team. They got absolutely hammered, and
they got 1.5 game points between them.
Yeah, so it's like, I think it was it 30 games, and they got like 28 losses, 1 win, 1 draw. I think somebody did pull out, which would have strengthened our team. But it's I didn't expect us to be that weak at under 12 level.
Because if anything, you'd expect us to be weaker in the older age groups where they've not really had that support. They had the big lockdown COVID issues, whereas the under 12s, I feel like everything's been accessible for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it probably shows there's some very, very deep issues in Welsh chess, right? If our team is not, I don't think there's an issue with coming 6th, but there is an issue when you're getting absolutely battered.
Yeah, I think this is an answer that I don't actually know, which is unusual because I generally know everything that's going on, especially when it has juniors around it. And I was under the impression that, like, from what I could hear, we've got some great chess going on in Pembrokeshire, haven't we? With Alexis Herakis and who was the other guys at George somebody. Can't remember his name. Apologies. I'll make sure I find these names out in future weeks. But I know that they've done like in Castelned Chess Club, Castelned. They've done a lot of that pizza chess. Remember?
I do remember.
Yeah.
The Olympics as well.
So they've got loads of juniors, playing chess there. And then I know that North Cardiff Chess Club have got a really good junior scene as well. Lots of children playing chess. And there was even a primary school and a high school tournament that was held back in March that we still don't know the results of, by the way. But there seemed to be like an ineffective COVID kind of group coming through. And so I don't understand how this has been so missed, and why we're so weak for this section.
I mean, the one observation I can make is that they are clearly putting hours in, whether themselves or with coaches, or whatever, and they're focusing on the complete wrong areas. When you look at those games, every single player in that squad from Wales knows opening theory, like sometimes quite detailed, in-depth opening theory, and then the theory finishes and they'll blend the pieces. So that, like, I've seen one of these kids actually talk about theory in a French defense that I didn't know, and like I used to play the line. I'm like, what? How do you know this? But then they're like 800 rated, so it's not an issue. They know the openings, but you have to focus on teach them not to blunder pieces. When they can do that, teach them something else.
All right.
There's no point coming up against England whacking out 14 moves of theory but losing in 20 moves.
Okay. I mean, obviously, without digging into the games, I don't want to show the players' names on the stream because I feel bad for them. I hope their confidence is not knocked from the event that they had. I hope they go away and they kind of learn from it and think, right, okay, this is what I need to do to improve. And the coaches that they're working with do the same as well, which would be good. But okay, I've got in the chat that there is actually a junior event in Wrexham as well with primary schools and went very well. Apparently, I'd love to know more about that. I didn't hear about that. I know that there was something going on there. I know that you know a bit more about that, Altul, so maybe you can help us out. Any pictures we can report on, or any whoever won, I'd love to be able to show it a little bit more. But let's have a look at the Newport Congress. Where shall I go? So we've got the results of the Newport Congress here. So in the Open, it was shared first place between 7 players. Alex, 7 players shared it. Stephen Homer was one of them, though, which is good, right?
Yeah, former Audible checker.
Was he an Audible checker? Former Westies Bester?
Technically, he was in our squad last season.
Oh, was he? Okay, fair enough. Well done, Stephen. So Andy Hill, Stephen Homer, Ioannis Lentzos, have I pronounced that correctly? Chris Beaumont, Owen Crawford, who I think he's from Liverpool, Owen is. He's at university there. Dylan Duke and Bernard Chan all shared first place, because I'm pretty sure that 4 of them were playing on the top 2 boards in the last round and they all took draws, but I think they were fighting draws and then they got caught up. And Alex, you mentioned to me something that was disappointing about these 7 winners. What's the disappointing thing?
I think the disappointing thing, 7 winners and they're not Welsh. Not a Welshman to get amongst them. Which, it's not, nothing against these English players, but when the tournament's in Wales, you absolutely can't let the English lot come and win it, especially not 7 of them.
Yeah, 7 of English came over and took first place and won 87 quid each. But I guess then you could say, Alex, that why did me and you not enter? And to defend the Welsh honour.
Well, why didn't you enter? That's a good question.
Well, yeah, I guess technically I wasn't doing anything, but I think it's because I've got a 2-week chess tournament coming up where I don't get allowed any more time away to stay. That's probably why. The top Welsh player, though, was at the bottom. The Robert Taylor Trophy for the highest Welsh person in the Open went to Peter Barley, who 3.5 points, so he was half a point off the lead. Yeah, half a point off the lead. And did good. So he beat me last year as well. So well done to Peter. And within the Open tournament, you had the under 18 champions. Is this the official championship? Is that right?
Yes, I can't think if they do it. They seem to always have like various Welsh titles given out, right? But I feel like this. Well, let's say this is official.
Yeah, I think it's official. But of course, they all have to play. It's in the tournament format. They might not play against each other. And so, congratulations to Owen Cave, Chen Chen Wu, and Emma Kong. All got 3 points and £35 each, and they're officially joint under-18 champions. And I know that Emma won her last game, so she might have caught up with the other two as well. But that's just how it works. Sometimes you got to make your own luck. But I would like to see, I really would like to see just one weekend where we run all of the junior championships all in one go. Did that used to happen, Alex?
It used to be in two, right? So you would have 11 under 11s, 9s, 13s, 15s would be together, and then like 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s. You could play two at the same time. And then they used to have under 21s always be part of the Welsh, and then there was under 20s that was like randomly existed for a few years as well.
Right.
But it's always been a bit chaotic, right?
Yeah. Okay, well, that's how it is, and I guess we'll see how the junior events play out this year. In the major, we've had some successful. Sorry?
I just saw Josh McKenna won a prize. I got a bit excited.
Yeah, he's done well. I mean, I was going to mention that we got a Vismith Crab, who's a junior, coming in with 4.5 out of 5. Drew with Mark Thomas in the last rounds, £180 each. So well done to them. We'll hopefully see Vismith in the Open in the future rounds of this. And of course, Josh McKenna there getting his games in, as he does. With Andrew Devetta, third place equal. And the rating prize went to Thomas Forsey and Michael Gale. Well done to all of you. And then we had the minor section, which was won by, I believe that Ruben Hillier is a junior who's also appeared on our ratings section for being one of the most improved. And he absolutely steamrolled it with 5 out of 5. Did I see a rating performance of 2300?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit fake, but we'll accept it. Well done, Ruben, and long may it continue. Move up in section, start playing some stronger players, please, so that you can really prove your mettle. But okay, second place, Robert McMusa, Naveen Daniel George, well done. And Adam Sarwar, he did a lot of good work at the British, playing a lot of games. Comes back and actually wins some money, which must be a bit of a boost for him, because I know that the British was going to be a tough tournament for him. So well done, Adam, for keep playing and good to see him getting some money and some points on the board too. We do have some photos, because that's not all the winners, is it?
No, there's the seniors.
Where's the? So this is winners.
Well, the seniors wasn't part of the Newport Congress. That was a separate event organised.
Separate event
in the same venue.
So,
chess results, right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's just quite a lot to click through. I mean,
well, at least it's Wales. It'll be at the top. England, it'll be.
This is true. I hate scrolling when it's England, and it really just shows just how many events in England are going on, right, all the time. And so we've got the over 50s, and final ranking after 5 rounds, and no surprise that the rating favourite, although he wasn't that much of a rating favourite actually.
I don't know. 150 points is
140, but yeah. Yeah, okay, so Tim Kett got 4.5 out of 5 points, and is the over 50 champion. Paul Hatchett with 4 points did run in quite close, but nevertheless Tim was the favourite and the champion.
Maybe Paul will be regretting his opening choice against Tim. Did anyone see the opening in that game? Paul played 1 A4.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Wow.
He went A4 and Tim went E5, and then he went knight F3, so he played Alekhine's defense tempo up. Albeit I'm not sure how useful A4 is as a tempo. But...
Okay. Well, okay. we won't load that game up just yet. Maybe we'll prepare it for next week. The over 65s was much better entered. 14 entrants into this, and after 5 rounds, you had joint champions on 3.5 points in Roy Thomas, Rudy Van Kemenard, the Rocket, and Lee Davis as well. Actually, that was really competitive event by the looks of things.
It was, yeah. I think, when you look, there were a couple of sort of, like John Fletcher was the top seed, but I think because we know them all, we know what Lee and Rudy are like, obviously dangerous players. I think even in the last round, Peter Quinn had a a chance to win the tournament as well with quite a nice pairing. So yeah, it was really good. I think nice to see some of these guys win it.
I think then that actually, because David did very kindly send me some photos of the event. So well done to David Norris for sending these through. Thank you. I haven't put every single one up, but I have got a couple here. So this is a photo of the playing venue that was there. That's actually really nice and spacious, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. Good conditions.
And then I believe that this is the over 65s. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep, over 65s. And I believe that here is this two of the winners? So that's Lee Davis. Who's this guy?
Oh, we can't see it. You need to print to the left.
My apologies.
It's now behind another photo. Get rid of that one, yeah. Oh, that's Lee Davis and Roy Thomas.
Roy Thomas, okay, right, okay. Lee Davis and Roy Thomas. So just missing the Rudy, who didn't stay around for the photo, but well done all the guys.
Because he probably finished his game like hours before, right?
He probably finished ages ago, didn't he? Yeah, probably finished ages ago. Okay, well, I mean, great that tournament's been put on. Obviously, it had a change of venue, which maybe impacted a few people whether they're able to actually play in it or not. But that's just life, though, isn't it? And things change, and hopefully to see it back on every year. We haven't got much to report on the correspondence event that went on in Llandudno. Obviously, the Welsh guys were receiving I'm guessing they were receiving some medals for coming first as European champions. Did they get medals?
They did. I saw Gareth Yo. He's in the chat there. He was he posted a photo, I think, with his medal and something else he got. So they got those, and I think it was just looked like they just had a bit of a social. There was played some over the board chess as well, which is probably a novelty for some of those guys.
I'm sure they were playing some novelties over the board as well. Okay. Players travelling abroad, Alex. You messaged something to me beforehand. I didn't quite click on everything, though. Where do I need to search to find this, apart from yourself? Or should we load up our tournament? Oh, no, my tournament's not on here.
Oh, that's not very good, is it? I just forwarded on a link that someone sent me.
Okay, let me see if I can load it up.
I didn't read it. I just copied it.
You didn't read it. You just forwarded it to me so John can open that. And
I assume it's a tournament link, not anything.
Yeah. Okay, so see what you've loaded up for me. Right, so we've got a tournament. Looks like this is in Spain.
Oh yeah, they're said in Tenerife. Yeah,
Tenerife is this? Tenerife. Wow. Strong tournament then with some GM rated players on the top boards. So where's the Welsh flags? Tom Brown's over there.
I was going to say, you're in 2400. You're not going to find the Welsh flags there.
So Tom is over there. He's not started yet, but he's going to tell you what. Tom gets around places, doesn't he? All these Spanish islands. Bill Hewitt's going as well. Wow. Okay. So what, are just those two just going by themselves, or is there a group going?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's just those two as players. I don't know if it's just the two of them lads on tour or whatever. But it looks really good, right? I mean, Tenerife in August, strong tournament, opportunity for some scalps. I think it's ideal.
Yeah, I mean, Tom did this before, hasn't he? Where did he go before? Was it Magaluf or somewhere like that?
Yeah, that's where I go. He went to Menorca, and he recently played somewhere else in Spain as well, in Gijon. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think because he's got the summer off, because he does teaching stuff. So
of course.
We'll make the most.
Yeah, wow. Okay, well, you see a few English flags there as well. Harry Greaves travelling over, played in the South Wales International recently too. So there's these holiday destinations that you can go and play chess and just have a great time. And I tell you what, I am surprised. I'm very surprised not to see Josh McKenna's name on this list. Because that'll be a load of games that you could get in.
Right. Got a lot to answer for, yeah. I mean, he's probably used all his annual leave, taking like Friday afternoons off work to get to all these congresses he plays. But yeah, I think anything else overseas, John? Any other players ventured across borders recently to play some events?
I think I might have done.
Yeah, we can't hear you now. You're on mute. Can people in chat hear John? Can people in chat hear me? He was speaking. They can hear me. Well, that's all right. Well, he looks very sad, doesn't he? Yeah. Can I make him full screen? How do I? No, I can't. Wow, this is fun, isn't it? Right. Well, until he gets back, I'll just entertain chat. So, do you know what? What's he put his hand up for?
I'm back.
Do you know what? He's pretending he can't speak because he doesn't want me to mention the All Play All that we both played.
I'm back on.
So a couple of weeks ago, John organised a tournament. He showed a little video of. I can see your mouth going, John, mate. No one can hear you. Oh, you can hear him, but he's quiet.
Can you hear me okay?
I mean, I couldn't hear that. What the hell?
Let me try something.
Well, now we can't even see him. Pitch Perfect is a great film, though, Gareth. That is a great reference. He is out of the country. He's in England. Oh, I hope he comes back soon. Not really an entertainer, to be honest. Oh, me. The tournament I played over was not overseas. I just crossed the border into England to play. Oh, he's back. Jonathan, speak.
Yeah, but can you actually hear me? You can't hear me, no? Can you hear me?
For anyone who can't read, there's a little puzzle on screen. It says black to play. Send your answers to welshchesschat@gmail.com. And we don't just want one move, we want a line.
I don't know why my mic's gone, but it went. And we'll try and fix these problems for next week.
Are you going to post this on Twitter, John, as well? Or do you want people to make note of all, take screenshots now?
Yeah, I'll post it on Twitter.
I think you'll put it on Twitter. I mean, I can't hear him, but I'm just trying to lip read now. So yeah, solve that puzzle, drop us an email, and I think that's the end of the stream, guys. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll be able to hear Jonathan next week. So goodbye.